My wife forged my signature to sell my late mother's jewelry. When I caught her, she shrugged and said, "They were wasted on you anyway. What are you going to do? Sue your own wife?" I found the pawn shop receipt in her purse by accident, just looking for my car keys, and there it was, a crumpled piece of paper showing $8,000 for my mother's heirloom necklace and rings, the ones she'd worn every single day for 40 years, the ones she'd left specifically to me in her will. My mother passed away 6 months ago. Cancer. I'd kept her jewelry in my dresser drawer. Couldn't bring myself to look at it yet. Too painful. "Where's Mom's jewelry?" I asked Jessica calmly when she got home. She was scrolling through her phone, barely acknowledging me. "I sold it. We needed the money." "You what?" "Oh, relax. They were just sitting in your drawer collecting dust. Someone should get use out of them." My hands started shaking. "Those weren't yours to sell, Jessica. Those were my mother's." She actually rolled her eyes at me. "I'm your wife. What's yours is mine, remember? That's how marriage works. Besides, I forged your signature on the paperwork. They're already gone." "You forged my signature?" "Yeah, it wasn't that hard. Your handwriting is pretty basic." She stood up from the couch, crossing her arms. "They were wasted on you anyway. You were never going to do anything with them. I put that money toward my credit card debt." "Your credit card debt? You used my mother's jewelry to pay off your shopping sprees?" She shrugged. "What are you going to do? Sue your own wife? That would be pathetic. Everyone would laugh at you." I didn't say another word. I just turned around, walked straight to my office, and closed the door. First call was to my attorney, David. "We've been friends since college. Theft by deception," he said after I explained everything. "And forging signatures is identity fraud. That's a felony, Chris. A serious one." "How serious?" "Class D felony in this state. Could mean prison time. I'll have the paperwork ready first thing tomorrow morning." "Do it." That night, while Jessica slept peacefully in our bed like nothing happened, I moved $8,000 from our joint account into a separate one I opened online. Then I sat at my computer until 3 a.m. documenting everything. Screenshots of our bank accounts, photos of my mother's will, copies of her death certificate showing I was the sole inheritor of her personal effects. At 6 a.m., I filed a police report for identity fraud and grand theft. The officers showed up at our door at 7 a.m. sharp. Jessica answered in her bathrobe, coffee in hand. "Mrs. Anderson?" the female officer asked. "Yes? We need to speak with you about some stolen property. May we come in?" Jessica's face went from annoyed to confused to absolutely white when she saw me standing behind them. "Mr. Anderson reported forged documents and stolen property valued over $5,000, the officer continued. "That constitutes a Class D felony in this state." "What? He's my husband. He can't press charges against me." The male officer pulled out his handcuffs. "Actually, ma'am, he absolutely can. Spousal privilege doesn't cover theft or fraud." She whipped around to face me, her eyes wide with panic. "Chris, tell them this is a mistake. Tell them right now." I held up my phone, showing the screen. "I've got the pawn shop footage. Security cameras caught you signing my name. I have the receipt with your handwriting. I have my mother's will proving the jewelry was mine. I have everything." The officer started reading her rights. "You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be." "Chris, please, stop this. I'll buy them back. I'll fix it." "Can't," I said flatly. "I called the pawn shop this morning. The owner already melted them down for scrap gold. They're gone forever." Her face completely crumbled. The reality was finally hitting her. "I'll go to prison." "You should have thought about that before you forged my signature." They took her away in handcuffs. She was crying, screaming, begging the officers to let her talk to me. I closed the door and blocked her number. At the police station, she called me 17 times from someone else's phone. I blocked those numbers too. I filed for divorce that afternoon. Jessica pled guilty to avoid trial, got 2 years probation and a permanent felony record. The divorce was finalized 3 months later. She tried claiming she deserved alimony. The judge looked at her conviction and denied it immediately.